Today, the Social Democratic Party has concluded that Sweden should join NATO.
In Finland, we still have the parliamentary process ahead of us, but I trust that the Parliament will debate this historic decision with determination and responsibility.
One of Vladimir Putin's biggest delusions in his attempted conquest of Ukraine was assuming that the war would weaken NATO. Today, the alliance is more unified and is now set to accept nations that didn't join even at the height of the Cold War: Sweden and Finland.
So how many times did you meet Putin?
Roughly 12, 13 times.
You actually took a sauna with him?
I've been in also social situations with him, yes.
And what's your take on him now compared to when you met him?
He's more ideological. He has concluded that the relations with the West are gone. There's not much to lose anymore.
In the meantime, Sweden's Prime Minister said the country's 200-year long-standing policy of military non-alignment had served Sweden well, but questioned whether that could continue.
Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine is not only illegal and indefensible, it also undermines the European security order that Sweden builds its security on.
Unsurprisingly, Vladimir Putin threatened unspecified retaliation if the countries followed through with their NATO applications, and already Russia's largest supplier of electricity to Finland, the state-owned Rayo Nordic, has cut power to the country.
Certainly having a strong partnership with a range of countries, including Sweden and Finland, if they decide to join, should be reassuring to the American people about our own security interests.
Membership of NATO is proving to be the only restraint on Mr. Putin's expansionist designs, and the countries that don't belong are more vulnerable. The US Senate would have to approve any treaty amendment, and we hope that the process moves quickly. Worth noting too that NATO hasn't pressed anyone to join, not least Finland, where the public largely opposed NATO membership until Mr. Putin invaded.
You caused this. Look at the mirror.
Only last week, the UK agreed to new deals with Finland and Sweden to ramp up security should either country ever come under attack. Finland has an impressive military for a country of 5.5 million, and by 2030 will own 64 F-35s. That purchase is driving military spending to exceed 2% of GDP, the NATO target.
From the high north to the Baltics and beyond, our armed forces will train, operate and exercise together, marrying our defence and security capabilities and formalising a pledge that we will always come to one another's aid.
According to the UK's Ministry of Defence, Russia has lost a third of its combat forces since the invasion began, and today, as Ukraine pushes Russia back in the east of the country, the Finnish ambassador remembers the stories told by his grandfather, a farmer who fought in the trenches during the Russian invasion of Finland at the start of World War II. Speaking to Fox News' Jennifer Griffin, he said they pushed the Russians back in just 4 months.
Finland was 4 million, Soviet Union was almost 200 million. We have more motivation, like we see now in Ukraine.